In this video, I'll show you how to trade on OKX's dual investment product. This is sometimes known as dual asset trading on some other platforms. We'll get to this through the Earn platform though. So go to Grow, Structured Products, and then this drop down here, you want dual investment. Now, what we're actually doing here in dual investment is writing options. We're selling options on the options market on OKX. This is just a much simpler way to trade options rather than going to the professional options trading screen, which is incredibly complex. So what we can actually do on this screen is sell other people the option to buy or sell our assets in the future. And the reason it's in the Earn platform is because when you sell the option to do something, the other trader has to pay you money to buy that option from you. And it's known as a premium. So they're paying us a premium, and that's income for us. So if we carry out one of these trades, we will be earning options premium income. And that's why it's in the Earn platform. And you can see some of the APRs here. What they do is they take the potential income that you can get from the trade, they make it into a yearly income figure. Slightly misleading because we don't trade for a whole year, but we'll get into actually writing these options and the money that we can make from them. If you don't have an OKX account yet, I'll leave that link below and you can get a bonus when you sign up via that link. I'll leave some other links to the exchanges I use with deposit and trading bonuses down in the description. And if you need to know how to trade options and a much more in-depth video on exactly what they are, I'll leave that down in the description as well. The first type of trade that we'll look at is known as selling high. This is how dual asset or dual investment platforms package this trade. What we're actually doing is selling calls against our asset. So we'll look at Bitcoin here, but you can see many different assets that you can trade on OKX. I'll just show you Bitcoin as an example. So what we're doing is selling call options against our Bitcoin. So we're giving people the option potentially to buy our Bitcoin in the future at some certain price. And in return, we are getting paid premiums from those traders. The reason they trade like that is because options are quite a cheap way for the option buyer to take trades on the price of the asset. So rather than having to have $100,000 to trade the asset in and out, you can just put a few $1,000s into an options trade, pay for the premiums, and then at the end, you either win or lose, right? That's from their side. From our side, we have the Bitcoin, and what we're saying is you can pay me money to potentially buy my Bitcoin at a price in the future. And we can earn the premium income. So let's go through a specific example here. This is a call option, and what we're doing is we're giving someone else the option to buy our Bitcoin in the future. So let's say the Bitcoin price is $100,000 right now. We'll give them the option to buy our Bitcoin in the future in 1 week at $101,000. The reason why they do that is because paying us $100 premium for that trade is a lot cheaper than them going out and having to buy one whole Bitcoin or something like that, right? So that $100, that's the premium that they pay us to potentially buy our Bitcoin at this price in the future. And that $100 is our income forever and always, and we always earn that. So what happens if the price is 102 at the expiry date, let's say in 1 week's time? Well, they're going to exercise the option, right? Because they have the option to buy from us at 101, and they're going to sell immediately in the market at 102, and they make their profit. Now for us, from our point of view, we had it at 100. We got called on the option, so we've had to sell at 101. So we missed out on $1,000 of profit versus holding the asset. However, we have sold at 101, and we've got the $100 income as well. So this is known as a covered call strategy or covered call trading because we're selling calls, and if we get called, we just deliver the Bitcoin and that's their asset then. But we get the cash and the premium if they exercise. Now, if the price was 99,000 in the future, then they wouldn't exercise their option to buy from us at 101 because why would they do that? They could just go out into the market and buy at 99. In that scenario, we keep our Bitcoin because they're not going to buy it from us, and we also keep the premium as well. So we keep our Bitcoin and we get the $100. So why would you go ahead and trade something like this? Well, if you're looking to sell Bitcoin anyway, and you don't mind selling some Bitcoin, next week, and you want to earn some premium income as well, then this is why you do it. This is different than, for example, using a limit order. Let's say you wanted to sell Bitcoin and you wanted to sell at 101,000 and the current price is 100,000. You could go to the trading screen. So you could go to trade here, trade in the spot market and put a limit order in to sell at 101,000 if you want. Or you could just say, well, within the next 7 days, maybe, the price will get here And if it does, then I'll sell at that price, no problem. And also, I can get the option premium income as well. So you may just get a better trade overall for what you want to do. Now, of course, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. If the price doesn't get there, then you won't have sold any Bitcoin, you'll get the premium income. If the call option gets exercised, that means the actual price is a bit higher than that, and we would have done better waiting. But that doesn't really matter to us anyway, right? Because if we're looking to sell the Bitcoin anyway, then we want to get into that trade and we want to start getting premiums paid to us. And if they exercise, great, we've sold at that price anyway, and we would have put a limit order in at that price anyway. So what we can do is go ahead and actually enter one of these trades. So we need to choose the asset that we have. We're going to sell high, and then choose the expiry date, so whatever that is. So we'll look at 7 to 30 days here. So you can see that this options expiry is in 11 days time. So within 11 days, if you're looking to sell some BTC, what price would you want to sell it at? You can see here. So let's choose this one, 108,000, which is 2.42% above the current price. So a pretty decent chance of getting called on that option, right? So the closer it is, as you can see here, that's only a 0.5% move to get exercised on that option. So a very good chance of you actually having to sell the Bitcoin there. If you come down, you can see this price is much further out. This is 12% away from the current price. Now you can also see that the amount of premiums that we get paid for selling that option are much lower. And the reason is because why would someone pay us loads of money to buy our Bitcoin miles and miles away from the current price? Right, and so they're not going to pay a lot of money to do that, and so the competition is less, and so you just earn less money there. As the actual price of our option gets closer and closer to where the actual price is, so the probability of it getting called is a lot higher. They pay us a lot more money for that, right? Because it's just much higher chance. And you've got with options, you've got time value of the option and everything like that, which we won't get into in this video. But essentially, if you've got a much higher chance of making money, you're going to pay more for that, right? And so you can see the income that we get is much higher when the price is nearer to the actual spot price. So let's choose one right here, 111,000. That's a 5% move, and we're making a 22.5% return. Now this is slightly misleading because what happens on these platforms is we're earning that call option income, right? So they're paying the premium to us, and we're getting that. What these platforms do is take that call premium that we receive, let's say it's $100 over the next 11 days. What they do is annualize that over a year. So they say, okay, if you're going to earn this much over the 11 days, we'll annualize that and we'll put it out to a 23% annualized return. But it's not quite that, is it? Because this expiry date is 11 days in the future. After that, then all of these contracts will renew at different prices and you'll have to go into the trade again. So it's not exactly like an APR, like lending, but it is a premium that we get. And you just have to really just feel, well, how much is the premium option that I'm getting paid? So let's go to this one, for example. We'll press subscribe here. You can see that this is Bitcoin USDT. This is the date and the expiry of the options contract. So 2025, 06, 20th day of June, right? And then you can see this is the price of that contract as well. So that's all the contract information that you need. Now the term you can see here is 11 days. The APR is 22.29%, but again, it isn't really an APR. And you can see the rate for the term. That's really what we're looking at, which is over the 11 days, that's what we're getting as a return. Right, you can see that there. And then the target price is this one, which is 5% away. Now, because we're selling high here, and this is a covered call strategy, it's covered because we have the Bitcoin already, and if they do exercise the option, we're covered because we can deliver the Bitcoin. So put any amount that you want to trade in here, so you can do that. And then from there, we can actually easily see the payoffs and the returns. So what happens if the price is underneath the 111? So in 11 days, if the actual price of Bitcoin is underneath the expiry, what's going to happen? Well, they're not going to exercise the option. Right? Because why would they buy from us at 111 if the price is 110? They wouldn't do it. So what happens is that we keep our Bitcoin and we also earn the options income. And so you can see here, earn extra BTC. Basically what happens is we keep our Bitcoin and then the earnings that we got from selling the call option, that comes back to us. And that's actually valued in BTC as well. So we just get extra BTC. We'll just put a small amount in. So you can actually see exactly how much we would get. So you can see that's how much we would get. So I'm trading 0.01 Bitcoin. This would be our profit if the price was underneath the call option at 111,000. Now, what happens if the market price at expiry is 112, 113? Well, they can buy from us at 111, so they're definitely going to buy from us because they can buy from us at 111, sell at 112 immediately, pocket the difference. So we're going to go over 111 here, and what you'll see is that we then sell our Bitcoin at 111,000. Plus, we earn the options income as well, and so we sell BTC and we earn the extra income. So that would be 111, our selling price, plus the premium that we got paid in this example, which is that much. So there is risk that you may have to sell your Bitcoin, which if you're looking to sell anyway, isn't a big deal. You will be earning more money doing this rather than just putting in a sell limit order in the spot market at 111. You would earn a little bit more money. And of course, if the price doesn't get there, then you wouldn't have sold your Bitcoin anyway, but you will have the options income. Covered call strategies are very popular. A lot of people with assets sell the premiums against the asset so that they can harvest that premium income. The downside, obviously, is that you are giving up potential capital gain and capital upside when you enter into a covered call strategy, because you are limiting the price at which you sell the asset. If you do sell the asset, it means that the asset went higher, and so you've lost out on that potential capital gain. But if you are looking to sell the asset anyway, then you may get a better trade by trading the option and selling high, or selling a call option versus putting in a limit order at the same price. The other type of trade that we can carry out is known as buying low. And so what we're doing in this instance is actually giving someone the option to sell us Bitcoin at a lower price in the future. And why would they want to do that? Well, let's say on the other side now, they have Bitcoin and they're worried about the price falling. They don't want to sell their Bitcoin now because if it goes up, that's good for them. But what they want to do is pay us some money to be able to sell at a slightly lower price in the future. And if the price drops a lot, then that's good for them. They can sell at a higher price. So that's known as a put option. We'll be writing this put option, which means we're giving someone the option to sell to us in the future at a certain price. So let's say the Bitcoin price is 100K. We can say in the future, we'll buy your Bitcoin at 99,000 in 1 week's time. Now, in 1 week's time, if the price of Bitcoin is 98,000, that's good for them, right? Because they can sell to us at 99 instead of having to sell at 98. For us, we get the options premium, so we get 100, but we do have to buy their Bitcoin at this price. So the cash that we have is being tied up. We're earning the premium, but in the future, we may have to buy the Bitcoin as well. If we did get called on the option, or if the option got exercised, we would have to buy at 99. And in the market, the price is only 98. So we would have bought a little bit higher than we could have. However, we've got the Bitcoin anyway, we bought it, and we earned some options premiums as well. Because we're giving people the right to sell something to us in the future, that means in this instance, what we need is cash or USDT. Because in the future, they may need to sell us their Bitcoin, and of course, they're selling for USDT. That's the other side of the trade. So in this instance, we don't need any crypto assets like Bitcoin or ETH. What we need is USDT. So we're going to be buying low. And again, let's look at the 7 to 30 days. And all of these prices now are below the current price. So again, the closer you are to the current price, you can see we're only 0.5% away for this option. The premium is going to be very high because they have a very good chance of being able to sell at this price to us. If the price drops a little bit, they'll start making money. Now, as the price gets a lot further away, they're not going to pay us a lot of money to be able to sell at 92 when the current price is 106, and it's just not very likely that the price is going to get down here, and so they don't need to really pay a lot in the premium to us to get into that contract, because there's a very low chance for that actually happening. So let's go over to something higher. So 103,000, it's 2.5% away from the current price to the downside, and they're looking to pay us money to sell at 103 in the future. So we're going to subscribe here. You can see USDT, BTC, again, the expiry date of the contract and the price of the put option. So that's the APR over a year. That's actually the term rate. So what we're getting over the 11 days or so that it's going to be active. And again, on this occasion, we have to have USDT because we may have to spend that to buy their Bitcoin. So put any amount in that you would want to put in, and then it's going to give you the outcomes here. So if the price is below 103, that means they will sell to us, because let's say the price is 100, they can sell to us at 103 and then buy back at 100 immediately, and they make that money. For us, we have to buy the asset at 103. So as you can see, if it's below this, what we do is buy that Bitcoin at 103, and we keep the options premiums that we were paid as well. So that always comes to us. If the price is above 103, they're not going to sell to us. If the price is 105, there's no way that they'd sell to us at 103. So they wouldn't exercise the option. And as you can see, the only thing we get is the premium. So we don't buy any Bitcoin, we keep our cash, and we earn the premium on top. And if we put $100 in, you get paid, that premium right here. So that's what you get on top. So that depends. Again, why would you use this, or why would we write these options? Well, if you're looking to buy Bitcoin anyway, and you're looking to buy at a slightly lower price, then you can go and put a limit order in on the spot market, no problem. Or you can go and write these options, earn some premium income in the meantime. And if you do buy the Bitcoin, well, you were looking to buy the Bitcoin anyway. If you don't and it goes higher, then you do earn the premium income. But of course, you may have missed out of just buying the Bitcoin anyway. Like if you just bought the Bitcoin anyway and the price went up, you may make more money from that. That's not what we're doing here, right? We are trading options and options premiums over time. So it's up to you. But if you are going to buy the Bitcoin, you have to buy it, and you'll be making a small loss on that Bitcoin because you would have bought slightly higher than the market price, but you do always get the premium income. If you want to dig a bit deeper and get a little bit more professional, the Crypto Investor course has an options trading section that goes through exactly what all of these options are, the premiums, how to buy, how to sell. You can see all the videos right here. There's a futures trading section as well as many other videos. I'll leave that link in the description, and some other options trading videos down there as well, plus the deposit and trading bonuses to OKX and the other exchanges I use. I'm James, it's MoneyZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.